Hi, everyone. I'm Alicia, and I'm your host for today's Better Bersama podcast episode, Homegrown Brands. So, today we're going to talk to a few business owners about what it means to be truly Malaysian. So, whether it's about business, beauty, and diversity, charitable endeavors, or just helping the community, get ready to be inspired by stories of survival, empathy, and collaboration from our guests. Today, we're super excited to welcome Faisal from Tanamera, Dahlia from Soleil, Angeline from Tutti Pout, and Belle from Cayman Beauty. Kicking off our episode, we have Faisal and Dahlia, founders of really famous homegrown brands. They're truly bravely Malaysian in their branding, right down to their product names.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Faisal. I'm one of the founders for Tanamera Tropical Spa. We do natural personal care products. We are certified halal, certified vegan from the UK, and also, alhamdulillah, internationally award winning in from multiple countries. Tanamera is it's a natural product based on the Malaysian Malay art of wellness. You know, it's a family history, our family knowledge. My mom was a traditional herbalist. My father's side also they are traditional herbalists. So what we've done is that we use that knowledge and create something very modern and relevant. And also, sorry about the name. Tanamera name is actually, is a combination of two words, which is Tanah Merah. And we decided to carry that name when, being Malaysian was not a very popular thing. We've been around for a long time. And, for the longest time, especially, there's a lot of Malaysian brand that try to remove any connection or identity to being Malaysian. So we decided, I said, why should we do that? Malaysia is an amazing country with the most amazing people, and this beautiful amalgamation of different race that have created, the potpourri of Malaysia. We have, the Indian culture, the Chinese, Kadazan Dusun, the Malay. So, and that's what we try to represent with Tanamera. A premium, proudly made in Malaysian, designed by Malaysian, tested by Malaysian, and manufactured all by Malaysians.
Hi, my name is Dahlia, and I am the founder of Soleil Cosmetics. So Soleil is one of the local cosmetic brand. We are just about 5 years old, still young, still very young. Currently, we aside from our website, you can get us on Asia, on Watson stores nationwide, and as well as Grab, Shopee, and the rest. We are also available in London, Middle East, and also North America. So why Soleil? Why do I name Soleil? Okay, when I first started, I got the idea, or I was inspired to start my own brand when I was in New York. So in New York, I went to the local drugstore, and I tried every single day. Okay, I tried the local cosmetic brand, and I was so amazed how the quality is so good, but it's super affordable. So I was thinking to myself, why can't we have something that is so affordable? Buatan Malaysia, jenama Malaysia, but the quality is like as amazing, maybe some people would know that how I love our heritage, how I love our, all our local arts and whatnot. So I was thinking, how do I start a conversation on Malaysia, on our budaya, adat resam and whatnot. So I was thinking, okay, if I were to start a brand, I wanted to name it something that is very straightforward, and I want to start a conversation where people would ask, kenapa siapa Masuri, siapa Saadong, things like that. So that is how it started. And Soleil started because I wanted something that is very, very straightforward. The name is very straightforward and easy to remember. So back in 2016 when we started, there were not many local cosmetic brand that have our brand DNA or branding. They all, whether they are more like urbanish, but not so much Malaysianish. So we wanted that, so we started that, and here we are 5 years later.
When we talk about your efforts of preserving the Malaysian heritage, Malaysian traditions, like how can you tell us a little bit about the efforts that you've made to preserve generational techniques and knowledge, passing it down to future generations?
I think that's key. You see country like Japan, where they have revered their tradition and they have modernized it in such a way. You see the story about the samurai, the bushido code, about their food and all that, and it's very relevant. And I've also realized that a lot of our culture, I think, like what Dalia was saying, I'm as especially as you grow older, you tend to appreciate history much more, culture much more. So what we have done with Tanamera is that we want to make it in such a way that it's easily accessible, it's convenient, something that people literally can carry everywhere. And that's why we started with our soaps, and our soaps are extremely popular worldwide. They're still our best-selling product. If you haven't used any soap, any of Tanamera soap, try the brown soap. It will mess you up because you will never use any other soap after that. Because the scrub is just perfect because it's a combination of fibrous herbs. It's a combination of 3 types of rice, beras hancur, pulut, putih, dan pulut hitam. All have, because this is my mom's very popular traditional formulation. And then we do things like the postnatal, and we have positioned our postnatal to be something that is eco, is heat, is safe. And to be very honest, we create our postnatal more for the US market, but somehow it became very popular here. So, and that's what I meant by culture have to be relevant, because you can't force the next generation, the younger generation, to respect it if they cannot connect to it. That connection is have to be from interest. You just absolutely cannot force it. And that's what we did with Tanamera product. And it didn't stop there. We even create a complete SOP for our wellness treatment, because this is very important, because treatment keep on changing. People start adding here and there. And once of course, you can modernize things, but you must also have depository of knowledge. And we are the only brand that we know of that have a complete SOP on the Malay art of wellness. How to massage the baby, berapa kali nak urut, where to touch, where not to touch. We have put it all in books so we can repeat it and save it for the future generation. That's what we did with Tanamera. We're quite proud of it, because we feel like we are almost like custodian of some of this art of wellness. Yeah.
Okay, Dalia. So with your products for Soleil, you've made the effort to use Malaysian heritage, Malaysian culture, and a lot of you've named a lot of the products after cultural figures. So how was the feedback from customers about that? And if the feedback was really good, has that kind of propelled you to want to do more with more Malaysianized themes?
Alsha, so funny that you brought this up, because I was just writing an article yesterday talking about how we started Soleil and how was the feedback back then. So what happened was, when I started Soleil, and I told my close friends, my family members, that I'm going to start this brand called Soleil. Everyone was like, taken aback, and everyone was like, why do you want to name something sound so kampong? Why can't you name it like more hip, more urban? And so I was like thinking like, if I don't use Soleil, I don't think like next generation, my kids' generation, or even my group of friends, you'll be surprised the amount of people who doesn't know what Soleil means. Even straightforward Soleil, So the feedback when I first started, I remember when back in October 2016 when we launched it, a lot of people came to me, the media came to me, and I was like, why Soleil, Dala? Why Soleil? I mean, we know that you're married to a Nusantara figure, whatever, but why do you want to name Soleil? Because you could have named it like more hip, like I mentioned earlier, hip and urban. But I was thinking to myself, no, I want it to name it Soleil. I really want it for the brand to be very Malaysian nice. You see, like And then so what happened was the first series we call it all bunga anggrek, bunga dahlia, bunga cempaka, and then one of the name was bunga merak. So everyone was saying that, asking me, what is bunga merak? Bukan ke merak ni a bird? I say, yeah, it's a bird, but there's also a type of flowers. So since then, the feedback has been amazing, because they really looking forward. Whenever we announce that we're going to launch something new, they'll be like, okay, we are looking forward to know what you're going to name the products, and what theme is it. So we have like Bunga Gang, we have Tari Gang, we have Lagenda Gang. So Lagenda Gang consists of Saadong, Masuri, Teja, Ledang. So what happened when we had we are very active participating in weekend bazaars and whatnot. So during one of those, so many times lah. So when we tell them, okay, why don't you try Saadong? Why don't you try Ledang? And they'll be like, what is Saadong? What is Ledang? So at first I was quite surprised. I'm like, ya Allah, takkan tak tahu, who are these figures? Like Masuri, even Masuri, they don't even know Masuri. But after a while, it has become a sort of a ice-breaking session between me and my customers. We love it when people ask. We would have the videos on our iPad. We would show them, okay, this is Masuri, you go back and learn about her, and it's such a beautiful story, love story and whatnot. So and recently we just launched a lip liner. So the lip liner gang, we named after local burung. So there's Shama, there's Nuri, there's Kenari. So it has been such a, I would say, from not so positive to really positive response from our community. So yeah, I'm very happy about it, because like I said, our first intention was to create a conversation on Malaysian heritage and Malaysian, our rich heritage, our rich culture and whatnot. So when it really happened, so I'm quite happy. Yeah.
How do you balance both, the Malaysian heritage aspect of it with still wanting to be relevant with the products that you're, selling?
I think for us anyway, I think in a lot of ways is much easier, and it's also much harder because it's easier in a way because there are many way of form of delivery. I think like the example that I gave just now, when we actually using the lulo scrub to turn it into soap. This soap is a new delivery system. And when we do certain things like macam minyak urut, how we use the minyak urut, we do it in such a way that it's really like bau macam minyak urut, tapi we use more, we turn it into more something like a different narrative, like it's a herbal massage oil to explain to people what it is all about. By the end of the day, it's minyak urut, right? We love the fact that our products are very Malaysianized, but we also want to make it world-class, because when we started much, much earlier, was that people's perception on like, local product have to be cheap, it's low quality. I remember when I was interviewed by Frida Liu from BFM, and then she was asking me what was the biggest challenge in coming out with your own brand. And I told her to sell to Malaysians. Because if the product is from overseas, nobody will even question the quality. But somehow when you are when you're proudly saying that you are proudly Malaysian, people say, are you sure you're good enough? Are you as good as this? I say, no, we're much better than them. We are award-winning internationally. We have GMP, we have ISO. We're 100% certified vegan in the UK. A lot of these brands are not even certified. We have all the certifications, and a lot of people don't realize it. Malaysia have much tighter regulation than a lot of those imported brands. Our regulation here are crazy, are very, very tight. So if you ask me if I would rather use Malaysian brand or imported brand, anytime I will go for Malaysian brand because we have much tighter regulation here.
Up next is Belle from Cayman Beauty, a really amazing skincare brand, 100% local, 100% Malaysian. What's really great about this brand is that they champion beauty and diversity, which is a really amazing thing for Malaysia.
My name is Nabila Anwar. So I start my business, Cayman Beauty, around 2017. And that time I'm still a student. I'm a master student at UTM Skudai. Um, and then I'm very um, love beauty. And at that time, I've been reviewing a lot of beauty product, international product like skincare product, beauty product during my studies. I do a blog, like I do like blog something to review the beauty product. But at that point, I noticed that the local industry doesn't have like a very wide skincare range at that time. There is a skincare brand, but it's promoting like whitening products. So at that time, it's not my priority to be like white and something very clear, white, fair skin. I just want to achieve healthy skin. So I want to have the local option for that. I think like why not the local brand produce something that is promoting healthy skin and promote like um, different kind of skin tone because we are in Malaysia, right? So we have Indian, we have Chinese, we have Malay, we have different skin type, we have different skin tone. So, but everyone want to achieve healthy skin, clear skin. So that is why I started Cayman Beauty, and we produce soap at that time because we have that kind of budget, only that budget to produce soap. So that's why we produce soap. But our soap is quite special because mostly soap is very harsh for the skin. We like we do and formulate this soap very low pH and gentle to the skin. So that is how I started Cayman.
Okay, so you've told us a bit about, how Cayman Beauty came about, and you told us a bit about your main hero product, which is your face soap. Um, you also briefly mentioned about diversity as well. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Like you mentioned, okay, yeah, Malaysians are made out of different races, and like, how are you advocating beauty in diversity?
As me myself, I grew up with I have Chinese grandpa and I have like Indian grandmother. So each one of them have a different perspective on beauty, and they have like petua, Malaysian with their petua beauty tips and something like that. And it's very rugi if we don't promote that in Malaysia because we live in different culture, we live in different beautiful culture. So if we don't celebrate that, I think it's going to be like a waste. So I started Cayman Beauty with the soap. The soap itself is charcoal and honey. The reason why I chose honey because if we look at the tips like Indians, Malays, and then Chinese, they love to use honey as their natural remedy for beauty. So that's why I choose honey. And then I choose charcoal. Is a very it's not famous yet in Malaysia, but it's very good for the skin. And I'm using honey and charcoal as my main ingredient, but mostly we promote honey on top of it. So when I sell it like, okay, this is for everyone. So it's not promoting like whitening or anything. It's just healthy skin. I want you to embrace your skin type. I want you to embrace your skin color without changing anything. I need you like to be proud of your skin. So that is why we started Cayman, and that is why after soap, we come up with like a cleanser, like essence, and then moisturizer and suns, and then the newest and the latest launch is hydrating toner, and all of it is promoting healthy skin. Doesn't change the skin color, just the face. So I want people to use Cayman, to embrace the beauty of yang sedia ada, like tak payah tukar-tukar apa-apa.
Yeah, exactly. It's really like inspiring to see a local brand out there that's encouraging self-acceptance and self-love and just not you're not trying to promise like some sort of a standard of beauty. So the last 2 years, it's been really, really hard on a lot of businesses. How has COVID impacted your business?
It has been tough, I think, for everybody. Of course, there are certain sectors that are doing very well, like facial masks and all this sort of thing. But I think in most business, even though there are business that's doing online business, I think there's also a bit of a lower demand on products. So it has been tough, but alhamdulillah, we managed to maintain all our staff, 100% of our staff, and we treat a lot of people like family. So we try to take care of them as much as possible. But at the same time, the good thing that came out of it is that it actually taught us to be, how do you say, to be more light-footed in a way, for us to change direction faster. Instead of being very comfortable in your comfort zone, now you've been pushed to innovate. You have been pushed to think out of the box. Especially if you've been in business for a long time, you tend to be very, very comfortable. And some of the things that we did, like instead of pushing for retail, we focus a lot now on online. Instead of doing the conventional way of marketing and all that, we do huge collaboration with a lot of Malaysian brands. We love doing collaboration with Malaysian brands because we realize that everybody needs as much help as possible, and who better to help us than us? We are the best people to help ourselves. Also, what we do is that we highlight, like say this is a Malaysian brand. And one of the things that I realized, one of the beautiful things that came out of this is two, for me anyway. One is that we realize that the whole coin term "kita jaga kita" is real. We really do take care of each other. We really do take care of each other, the people themselves. And I'm so, I stay in an area, Damansara Damai, which is have a lot of middle lower income people, and it's amazing when we have our own Facebook group. So whenever there is issue about white flag, everybody would help, even though small amount. Everybody will help. So we want to make sure that nobody goes hungry. Yeah, we might not be able to give them money, but at least we make sure that their children have something to eat and all that. That's one. And second, I realized that also, I think, I don't know whether Dalia would agree with me on this. One of the things that I've realized during this pandemic, people finally realized that we should support Malaysian brand. There is this pride that was very obviously missing before. And finally, I find that, this is something that I have with me forever.
I would say the past almost 2 years have been very, very tough on us. When we first started, we had a lot of, I would say, support from everyone, from the media, from the celebrities, from the influencers, from friends and family members. They come to us, they support us, and they try our product and they loved it. It was the first year was amazing. So when we first during I think 2019, at the end of 2019, what we usually do at the end of the year, we would have a huge meeting where we had a projection or what we're going to what we're going to come out next year, what product, when, raya product apa, Merdeka and things like that. So we already have everything in plan. So late in 2019, we signed up with a partner. We have a few partners already at that time, and we signed up a huge agreement with a partner. So supposedly 2020, we were supposed to join 100 stores nationwide. So looking at the schedule and whatnot, and because time are very crucial at that time, so we decided to order our stock ahead of time. uh March 2020, lockdown happened, right? So number one rule in business, never hold any stock in hand. So we have so much stock, so many stocks in hand, that I was actually I think I was really, I couldn't do anything. I was froze for the for good 3 days. I couldn't think, so I think that was the toughest, but the first year was amazing in a way, because we had cash reserves. So 1 year of cash reserves, and then with all the government, helping all these local entrepreneurs and whatnot, we managed to survive the year. And alhamdulillah, everything was fine. Although we didn't get to proceed with a lot of plans, the expansion and whatnot last year, but we managed to survive to 2020. I would say back in 2020, there were more support, especially when it happened, the first lockdown, when it happened, there were so many people supporting local brands. And it was very heartwarming, to see, oh my God, people like, in Sabah, in Sarawak, call us, and cakap, we want to call you, we're calling you because we just want to support your brand. It was really heartwarming because they were very supportive. So 2021, we see the difference in the consumer buying behavior. What we see is that they are now more careful in spending. You see, they don't spend as much as 2020. So of course, it affected our business in a lot of ways. This year has been the toughest. So it's quite scary thought, but I'm telling my team, what, just be positive. We do whatever we can to keep on going. So what we did for the past 1 year, since last year, we did a lot of collaborations with local brands, local media, like in Merdeka, and also most recent, we did a product collaboration during Raya with Petit Moi, a local brand. In past, we have been doing a lot of collaboration with several brands, including Mimpi Kita, Nelisa Helman, RHB, and whatnot. So it has been a crazy ride, especially this year. But Alhamdulillah, so far we still maintain our team, our small team, and we haven't, like cut salary or what.
Okay, I think every business affected by COVID. But I'm going to speak on my perspective. We are very lucky because even in pandemic, when we stay at home, we still need to wash our face. We still need to take care of ourselves because it's like personal hygiene. But our problem is like our supplier and our manufacturer because we our one of my main manufacturer is from Korea, and you guys know how the case in Korea at that time is very high. I know this is not going to work if we resource at Korea or anything. So we mostly work on locally because we want to help the economy as well locally. But you know, with the lockdown and everything, the factory is closed down, and the temporary like shipping delay and everything. I think that is our main problem. The timeline, the planning that we plan over a year need to change overnight. So that is our main struggle. But we learn from it. So we need like backup. Before this, we have like plan A, plan B. But right now, during this pandemic, we need like maybe five plan ahead. Yeah, I think that is our struggle. Like limited resources. Like we we are skincare and beauty, and we need like newest technology to promote solution to the people. So with the pandemic, we cannot explore more because we cannot travel. We cannot like the cost of so rising up and everything. So that is our main struggle for during pandemic. Before this, we just launched everything that we want, and after this pandemic, every needs and people needs change, people demand change. So um, this is our lesson that we see the pattern, what people want, what people
Mhm.
demand. So from there, we come up with the solution. Before this, we come up the product and people just buy it because. And then this pandemic happened is like our insight, like give us another insight, then perspective that we need to listen to people because the world is changing and like the situation is changing, like it's very very fast. So I need something that sustainable in the market. So that's why before we launch anything, we plan, and the cash flow is very important during pandemic. You cannot deny like a lot of business collapse because of the money.
Yeah.
So that is our main struggle. We make sure that all everything that we do, we don't out of budget. We don't overspend because we need that money to survive and to sustain.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that is our main point lah on during pandemic.
Better Bersama is all about Malaysians working together and helping each other, supporting each other through the toughest of times right now, and especially since the last 2 years. And so I want to ask you, if in what ways have you and Cayman Beauty experienced that Better Bersama element in any way?
I think on our side is more. We started Cayman because of the beautiful, diverse beauty in Malaysia, and we are very proud that our reseller comes from a lot of people in Malaysia, like Chinese, we have Indian, we have Iban, we have Kadazan, like a lot of people, like different kind of people. So that is one of our things that we are very proud that we at Cayman Beauty, we have this community to gain to help them to gain a side income during this pandemic. Is very very hard for everyone. In Cayman Beauty, we are very proud that we have a different kind of people in our team, and I think that is bersama with for me in Cayman Beauty. Like we promote beauty for every types of skin. We promote like diverse beauty. We
Mhm.
don't set the beauty standard. You guys set the beauty standard. We just help to enhance the beauty, and then we in Cayman Beauty as well. We help people to do the side income during this pandemic, and no matter what race you are, no matter um, what gender you are, because we have male as well in our team. So that is one of things that I'm proud of in this.
So I think, what are your next plans for Cayman Beauty within the rest of the year or next year?
Our plan for this year is we want to celebrate all the beginners. It's not beginners, like people want to start to take care of their skin, but they don't know how. So we want to tackle all the beginner range, skincare range. So like if they haven't washed their face, they don't know how to use toner, if they don't use sunscreen like every daily basis. So we want to tackle
Mhm.
that community, that target people.
By
So
making it accessible, right?
yes,
Yeah.
that is our main goal for this year. And
Mhm.
then for the next year, we want to be like every. I want to be like the leading skincare company. So every house they have Cayman product in their house in Malaysia. So I want to tackle everyone. Like every people, like, I don't care who you are. If you have skin, you know us. You know Cayman. So that is our main goal. And inshallah, I think we can do it. Like Malaysia bully, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I really think you guys can, because I think um, what sets a good brand apart from other brands would be the authenticity and like the rawness of the brand, right? If you really are true to yourself, true to your audience, then
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing that can kind of stop you from becoming the leading brand in that sense, in that stream.
It's my experience and my insight for this business. You have to be genuine with what you sell to people. Like, of course, business is all about the money, but you need people to know that you sell the solution for real. It's not for money. Because at the end of the day, uh, people buy product from you because they love the product. We don't want like people to buy your product just one time off. We want people to like, oh, I love this product, I'm going to repeat this product. So that is my advice to like newcomer in the industry. So you have to be genuine. It's not yeah, of course business is about money, but at the end of the day, people still need to know your story, because you can sell the same product as everyone, but not everyone have the same story as you. So not everyone had the same vision as you. So you need to be yourself. You need to know what kind of a vision that you want to promote to people. So that is my advice. And another, the second advice that I would give is, don't overspend the money during this time, because during the pandemic, the financial decision is very, very, very important for you to sustain in this industry. You cannot deny how important the money in the business, because you need to pay the staff. You need to like do all the warehouse, where to put the product.
Mhm.
Everything needs money. So how you manage that money is very important. So I think that is the two main advice, because I received the same advice from my mentor as well. So that keep me on the ground. Like, okay, this is how I do it. This is how I do my business. Yeah.
Speaking about how businesses dealt during the pandemic, let's talk to Angeline, founder of Tutti Pout, a vegan and cruelty-free cosmetic brand that started during the pandemic. Hello, Angeline. Tell us a little bit about yourself and Tutti Pout.
Hi everyone, my name is Angeline and I am the founder of Tutti Pout. Tutti Pout is a local cosmetic brand specializing in colored cosmetic, and we are 101% vegan and cruelty-free formulated. When I say vegan and cruelty-free, many of you do not understand what's the real meaning behind. It means that all of our ingredients are actually, none of it are actually animal derived, and none of it is actually tested on animals. Yeah. And before this, I was a cabin crew with AirAsia for about 4 years. And cosmetic has always been our daily needs. And one of the major problems that I face with matte liquid lipstick is that it always dries my lips. So it makes my lips chapped, it makes my lips really dry, and I always result in to another alternative like lip gloss and whatsoever. But it didn't really solve my problem. Because lip gloss actually transfers to your cups and your cutleries, and also sometimes to your teeth. So it got worse during the pandemic, because every single day we have to wear a face mask. And during our shifts, my lipstick always transfer to the face mask, and I feel really annoyed, and it's sort of hygienic. So it comes to a point that one day I decided to do some research on cosmetics, and especially on matte liquid lipsticks, just to look out on what are the ingredients that probably I should avoid in order to make my lips more hydrating. Because I've tried many other brands out there, matte liquid lipsticks, and none of it actually suits my kind of lips. So as I do my research, I stumble upon the term vegan and cruelty free. And it was like an eye opener for me. I've learned so much behind these two words. I realized many of us do not know what are the ingredients that is in the products that we buy on day-to-day basis. And I'm not only talking about cosmetic or beauty products, it also applies to skincare, your body shampoo, your body wash or lotion, or even your perfume. So I've learned actually most of our daily products contains a lot of toxic ingredients, and why some of the products are not suitable for us. And it just inspired me a lot, and makes me feel like if I don't know about this, I'm pretty sure a lot of Malaysians doesn't know about this. I'm pretty sure some of my friends don't know about this. At that point of time, I was still cabin crew, and I was like thinking, perhaps many of my colleagues don't know about this. So it kind of inspired me to come up with my own formulation that is hydrating enough and also, most importantly, vegan and cruelty free. And that's here I am, Tutti Pout here, being the vegan and cruelty free brand.
Okay, so the fact that you started your business during a pandemic, and people are not wearing makeup as much now.
Yes.
Were you sure of yourself that there was a market for your products?
Because we definitely need to look presentable, like what we're doing right now. Whether if it's a work from home, we'll always have virtual meeting from time to time. So I feel that cosmetic is a need. Is a need for all of us to look confident, to look presentable at all times. So yeah, that's my point of view.
Okay, it's my point of view too. I definitely believe in that, because if you're not, looking your best, then you're not feeling your best as well. Yeah. Okay, so my next question would be a bit more COVID related. I think you talked about it briefly just now, but let's go in depth into the business strategies that you're trying to adopt right now. So like you started last year with the pandemic. Has your strategies or has the way you've done your marketing, your business changed a lot until now?
I would say it didn't really change a lot because how should I put it in words? I want Tutti Pout to be recognized as a Malaysian brand where it's so approachable that it's genuine and transparent as well. I do have there is a curve definitely in enticing our customers to believe in our brand, because compared to any other major brands out there, I'm pretty sure they are more established and they have it easy, because previously it's easy for them to gain exposure through retail or maybe coming up with booths and whatsoever. So the walk-in customer is a huge exposure for them. And for me, Tutti Pout, it started off in the midst of pandemic, and it's a full e-commerce beauty brand platform. It was a challenge for me to put myself out there and tell everybody like, hey, I'm good, you see? And that is why I always try to be at the edge. I always try to stand out. I always put Tutti Pout to stand out differently on how we lay out our products, how we sell our products. What we do here in Tutti Pout, we try to be different by showing more information on our products, by providing swatch tutorial videos under LED lights or natural lights, so that our customer can actually tell or see how is the pigmentation of our shades truly look, and how is the color under certain different lights. So I would want them to feel comfortable and confident when they purchase our product. When they receive it, it looks the same as what they see on the internet.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of strategy that I have been keeping on up until today. And of course, I would along the way, I do try out a lot of other marketing strategies, advertising platforms, like influencers marketing is a thing right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I think trust is definitely one of the hardest things to achieve, especially now? And if you're a fully e-commerce brand, same thing. It's like, trying to get people to be like, are you sure? Is that how the color is going to turn like? That's always been my struggle when it comes to purchasing makeup online, because you never know. Like the color looks good there, but on you, how's that going to look like? It's really interesting to hear that that's your main priority, is trying to get people to trust your product and knowing what it looks like under certain lights. I think it's great. Despite the uncertainties and tough times that you've all faced over the last 2 years, can you tell us a little bit about the support that you've been receiving, whether it's monetary or emotionally?
Okay, because Tutti Pout is less than a year old, ever since the official launch, we have yet to collaborate with any brands out there, but we have done some influencer collaborations, like we have organized some giveaways and whatsoever. But other than that, I think the most important supports that I have received is from my friends and family, and especially my partner as well. Because when I decided to start Tutti Pout, a lot of people are questioning me, like, are you sure you want to do this in the midst of pandemic? Are you sure like nobody actually wants to go out and like put on makeup anymore? And I have to admit that it does strike certain doubts in me, but I've always believed that if you think it works, just go for it. And my parents, especially friends, they have been a great support to me. And after I started this business, I actually do notice as well, there are some group of my customers whom I don't know of. They are actually very supportive towards local brands. So these are the kind of encouragements that I get along the way. And I feel like if there are such people, and I'm pretty sure that the influence is there, and slowly but surely Malaysians will be more open to local brands.
Some of your amazing products can be found on AirAsia Beauty. Can you tell us how it's been working with AirAsia?
I think AirAsia team has been very, very helpful with us, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have a partnership with AirAsia. We started the partnership with Rocky initially. At that time, it was solely an in-flight service, if I'm not mistaken. That for us was a great point, starting point, because you don't usually see local cosmetic offered in flight, right? So it's mostly just big international brands. I was very proud of a small brand like us to have a collaboration with AirAsia, another big Malaysian brand, So that was such a great moment for me lah. And now with Asia Beauty, we getting all that and more. So there's a good marketing support. We leverage on Asia audience with the big points, and basically it is some sort of e-commerce expansion for us, because like I mentioned earlier, we couldn't expand in terms of having our product physically in store with other partners. So now having collaboration with Asia Beauty, we have an expansion for the e-commerce audience lah.
So Tutti Pout has joined AirAsia Shop at the beginning of March this year, and we moved on to AirAsia Beauty in April. So far, I feel that it's a perfect platform to be in, because AirAsia has ASEAN's app, where they reach out to the most potential Malaysians who are into beauty products. Actually, not only beauty products, skincare, and all the other gadgets as well. And I feel that it's really a super app that's catered to all Malaysians. And of course, being an ex-cabin crew, I feel honored and pleasure to be a part of AirAsia, my brand to be a part of AirAsia, because AirAsia was a workplace that inspired me with Tutti Pout, and it was a nice feeling to be a part of AirAsia Beauty.
Okay, thank you so much for for sharing with us the kind of support you get, because Better Bersama, like we've mentioned before, is our Merdeka National Day campaign about Malaysians being better together and working towards a better tomorrow with each other. So in light of all the support that you've been getting, from your family, from your loved ones, from just any Malaysian customers as well, in what ways do you feel you're better bersama with everyone? Like, what is your thought on that?
My thought on that. I've always believed that the world is a better place if we stand as one. That is one of my life motto as well. I want Tutti Pout to be here for the mass market. I want Tutti Pout to be here for all Malaysians, despite your age or your races. I don't want Tutti Pout to be here for only specific reason or specific group of people. Or I would say I don't want it to be here for just a specific group of race. I want my customer to feel comfortable when they come to my online store. They feel that, oh, this is a Malaysian brand, a true Malaysian brand that is truly catering for all Malaysians, that is suitable for all races and ages. Yeah.
So since we're talking about Better Bersama, can you tell me, what are your hopes for Malaysia and Malaysians?
I hope that Malaysia would be more well-versed on the things that they buy, the products that they buy. They would be more educated in what are the ingredients that are not suitable to them. Try not to only believe what you see on the internet. Like some things might look good, but it might not give you a good side effect in the long term. Because for me, as a first-hand experience, that's what happened to me. If I haven't do some research and come across vegan and cruelty-free, probably right now I do not care what do I put on my face and what type of products that contains cheaper type of preservatives like parabens and whatsoever. And of course, I would hope Malaysians will be more supportive towards local brands, to be more open, and yeah. And that's what makes us united as one.
I hope like Malaysia can celebrate every beauty in. We have a very beautiful culture. You cannot deny it. We have like Indian culture. We have a very very beautiful culture. I wish Malaysian can celebrate it more and like appreciate them more. And I hope Malaysian can be proud of their own culture as well. So that is one of things that I wish Malaysian can do, because imagine if our culture can be like wide world, people know, the whole world know our culture is going to be very beautiful and very like colorful, because you cannot deny like our culture is very colorful, like the Chinese with the red one, the orange and something, and the Indian with the light and everything is very beautiful. So I wish people be proud of their own culture and be proud with our culture. Yeah.
Okay, my hope, obviously, as cliche as it sounds, I hope all of us will unite together and please, and I really really hope that Malaysian will take pride on our culture and heritage and even bahasa. I hope that Malaysia will continue to be proud of our roots, our products, our local products. I hope for them to be more supportive, and then to be less critical if possible, and as well as to learn, to cari balik all these our adat resam, budaya, culture and everything else.
We've come to the end of this Better Bersama episode. I'd like to thank all our guests for joining us. Be sure to tune in to the other Better Bersama episodes as well.
Thank you guys for having me. Selamat Hari Merdeka and Selamat Hari Malaysia to all Malaysians.
Thank you for having me. Selamat Hari Merdeka dan Selamat Hari Malaysia.
Terima kasih for inviting us, and also we would like to share Selamat Hari Merdeka dan Selamat Hari Malaysia to all Malaysians.
Terima kasih for having us in Better Bersama AirAsia. And saya ingin mengucapkan Selamat Hari Merdeka dan Selamat Hari Malaysia to all Malaysian all over the world.
Selamat Hari Merdeka and Happy Malaysia Day to everyone.